Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Quilter Chris. My name is Kristen, and I'm so glad you're here. So, pardon me, I have had a little bit of a bumpy day. I had to go to the dentist today, and it's just been so busy. As many of you know, we're getting ready to sell our house so we can move. We have been painting. My sewing room is a disaster. I'll probably show you some pictures here in a minute. I got my desk back set up, so that's good. But for reference, this is the same corner that I was filming in before with my couch and my quilts hanging up. So it's quite different right now. So just a little bit of a bumpy day, so I'm sorry if I'm exasperated. But I wanted to share with you what I've been working on and what's coming up. So before I share what I've been working on, I wanted to talk about an idea I had, and I wanted to know if you all had would be interested. I have these 3 pattern books. This one that I use to make the quilt that's actually on my Longarm. I'm going to show it to you later. I think it might have pencil marks just from where I checked off when I had cut out pieces. So this book, the Quilted Scarecrow, which I haven't quilted yet, but you all, I showed you that I had finished the top. So this one does have pencil marks in the, like where it's being cut out. So I'll try to go through and erase those if I can, but they have pencil marks. And then this one, it turns out I had 2 copies of this pattern. So this is brand new. I haven't even opened it. So the reason I'm mentioning this is because I was thinking of doing like a live here on YouTube and then doing a giveaway for these 3 books. So these would be, I would give them to 3 different people. We would draw names or something during the live. I'm not even sure if you all would be interested in it. There would probably be a learning curve for me. I would have to figure out how to do it. But if that's something you all want to do, then I'm happy to try to figure it out, maybe on a Friday or Saturday night. Let me know what you think, and then we will do a giveaway for these 3 books. The Christmas Figs, that is by Joanna Figueroa. It would be the whole book. This would be Awesome Oceans by Elizabeth Hartman, and this is the Quilted Scarecrow by Holt. So these are not books I made copies of. These are books that I used, except for the Elizabeth Hartman one. I just found that in my stash when I was working on packing up. And so these are just the books, and I would give them away. So if this is something you think you might be interested in, I don't know that I would even have a whole lot of people that would watch, so I feel like your chances of getting one would probably be pretty good. So if you're interested, please hit me up in the comments, and I'll do a pinned comment where I talk about it, and you guys can tell me. I might even do a poll to see if I could get any interest in it. So yeah, let me know what you think. What's coming up? I have the block of the month. Again, I don't know that very many people watched this video, but I said I would finish it, so I'm going to finish it. And I have the new block of the month here. I have not finished this. This will probably be next week's video. It's this block of the month. It is block 9, 2025. It is Jackie McDonald is the designer, and it looks like it is a lot of flying geese on here. So we would be doing this probably next week. So that brings me to what am I working on, or what am I going to be working on? So I'll give you a quick look here at my sewing room so you can see the disaster. And if anyone has seen my other sewing room videos, you know I like everything organized. So this is a little bump. We have been working on painting the sewing room, so it's a little bit of a disaster in here, but let me go and show you my quilt that's on the Longarm. And all I'm doing on this is a meandering design, nothing spiffy. I have been, before we started painting, I was trying to do what I call 2 turns on the machine a day. Basically what that means is I come to it and I quilt what is available on there, and then I I turn the quilt, like I advance the quilt up, and then I do it on that other one, and then I advance the quilt up so that it's ready for next time. I haven't gotten to work on this in about a week, but I'll show you what So as you can see, we have been painting in here, and then here is my quilt on the long arm. So we'll get close here and I will turn on this light. And you can just see the meandering design. So I think I have one more row here to do. And then I have saved out some fabric, a couple of quilts, or a couple of quilt kits, and then a couple of quilt tops to still work on. So that's one thing that I've been working on. So what else have I been working on? Well, this isn't really a project that I have started on per se. This is my daughter Clara has a bag that I made, and she has taken it everywhere. And so she always gets lots of comments on it. So one of her friends asked if I would make one for her. So we're going to make it for her. So Clara and I picked out the supplies. So this is a Hello Kitty character called Kuromi, and it's purple. It has some blue, some black, very preteen for those of you who know or live or have had a preteen. So this will be the main portion of the bag. We picked out this fun zipper tape, this black vinyl. That will be the kind of the highlight of the bag. Most of it will be Kuromi. This will be other parts. This periwinkle will be the lining. I know it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but there is some blue and it goes well with this periwinkle. And then we're going to use this variegated thread to sew it all up with. And we're going to use just silver hardware. We're just going to use silver hardware because that's what Clara likes. And then we're going to use solid black webbing because that's also what Clara, my daughter, likes. So that we're making that for her friend. If you all are familiar with the Loungefly mini backpacks, it comes out looking a lot like that. This is called the Dreamer Pack. It's by Fierce Kittens Studio. And so if you all have seen my previous videos where I did a Care Bear backpack, it's that same pattern. So I think it'll be really cute. I hope after we finish painting in here, I hope that I'll get my industrial scooted back and then I can get this cut out and worked on. So what else have I worked on? Well, next is the heartwarming quilt kit. And again, if you saw one of my previous videos, there was a quilt kit that came in a heart box and it was really cute. And so this is that quilt. This will be the backing fabric. And this is the pattern. It's called Letters to Cupid. Letters to Cupid, and I have it all cut out. So it won't take me very long to put together. What else do I have? So I have another quilt almost cut out. This quilt has a funny story. So I have 5 children, 4 daughters and 1 son. And my 4th child, Sarah, she, growing up, we took a lot of road trips. And so she visited a lot of quilt stores. Now she's active duty in another state. And she wanted to get me something for Christmas that she thought I would really like. And so she bought me this pattern right here. And she bought me 3 fabrics that she really liked, that she thought would would go in the quilt. And so I have, this is a Riley Blake. It's called Autumn Acres. So I have been cutting it out, and I'm almost done cutting it out. I'm so sorry, everything's kind of a disaster here. The white pieces I am almost done with, and that's the last portion. But here it is, almost cut out, or almost completely cut out. So I'll show you the fabrics real quick that she picked. This black, as you saw, my cat was there. This is a black with little white cats. It's very cute. This orange fabric, they look like sewing tickets. It's kind of a combination of Halloween and sewing. They look like the old carnival tickets. And then this white fabric that was, it had text on it. It's a text fabric. Let me see if I can, this one I've already cut up, but in the text, it was how to make a witch's hat. I've never been a big Halloween fan, but Sarah is. So, perhaps this was a not so secret way of her to get me to make a quilt exactly the colors and fabrics that she would like. Anyway, she brought me that pattern and those 3 fabrics, and then I added some fabric from my stash, and I'm going to get that sewn up. So then I will send that to her and the t-shirt quilt after I get them both quilted. Next up has been my after quilt, or my scrap quilt, and I've made some new blocks on it. So what I've been doing is, as I cut out these quilts, I put the scraps here, and then I have some new blocks to show you. My design board is down, so I can't just hang them up for you, but I can show them to you. So these are paper pieced. So I am making these quilt squares based on these paper pads that I purchased from a Fat Quarter Shop. I will say that I did have a lovely commenter who commented that they found a free version of this that was slightly different, and it's in one of my previous videos. I'll try to find it and link it to the comments. But this is a vintage kite. So this is an old pattern. So even if I cannot find the link, you should be able to find a similar pattern online that may be for free. The benefit of this is it's paper piecing and it's very accurate, and I like things accurate. So I have been putting these together. I have these squares, and I'll just try to go through them here. Essentially, I'm trying to do darks in the middle, lights on the outside, but sometimes lights and darks are relative. So, you know, some are lighter or darker than others. Anyway, so I did quite a few of these with the pink, the blue. So the blue wasn't really a light, but it had white in it. So I did that. Some of them are scrappier than others. Honestly, it really depends on what I had in my scraps. So as you can see, I have a lot more scraps. It does take quite a few blocks to make a largish quilt of these, because these are only 6-inch blocks. What did it say? So for a twin quilt, you need 140 blocks. For a queen quilt, you need 225. That's actually within this diagram here on the pad. It tells you how many. You can also, this is something that you can Google. If you use AI, it'll help calculate how many 6-inch blocks do I need to make whatever size quilt. So it will take quite a few of these papers for me to complete it. So, which is fine. I have no shortage of blocks. I had a few more here I can go through with you real quick. Again, this is just going to be a scrappy quilt. This is a way for me to use up all of my scraps without them just sitting around. So I'm using them right away. If you all have ever done like a leaders and ender quilt, I think Bonnie Hunter, she talks about those a lot. She's a big scrap quilter and designer. If you like scrap quilts, I would check her out. But leader and ender quilts are a similar kind of concept. It's just instead of having your scraps sit around, you just use them right away. So that's what I have cut out. Anyway, I hope you like this update. I hope you like the idea of a giveaway and maybe a live to do. So you all have to tell me in the comments if you have any other ideas or suggestions, or you want to share what you're working on. I would genuinely love to hear from you. I do love all the comments. Like, I think it's a great way to just connect with the quilting world. And I genuinely appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.